The vibrancy and diversity of European Jews took center stage in Brussels as members of the first ever Jewish parliament met for a two-day General Assembly.
Here the level is very high. The people here are professionals or entrepreneurs, intellectuals in the main.
It's just first of all, amazing to hear all this gathering of ideas and all the thoughts about how to start the actions.
Representing countries from England to Uzbekistan, the 120-member European Jewish Parliament hopes to defend the needs of Jews from Western, Central, and Eastern Europe. Online elections in January, open to everyone, were devised to attract young, unaffiliated Jews and those frustrated with existing forums.
The European Jewish Parliament is a new attempt, is a new direction, and to my mind is totally original. That's why I like it.
The president of the European Jewish Union, Igor Kolomoisky, spearheaded the formation of the EJP. Co-presidents Vadim Rabinovich and Joel Rubinfeld opened the General Assembly with keynote addresses.
We are open to every organization, Jewish, non-Jewish. We are open to any dialogue, but we need to discuss our issues also, and also discuss with the European Parliament, because they are elected officially by their government to represent Europeans. We are Europeans, we want them also to hear our voice.
One of the European Parliament members already listening is Antonyia Parvanova from Bulgaria. She was the guest moderator at the EJP Assembly.
This is the first time since I work with different Jewish organizations when we have, in a secular way, very structured proposals in different areas, in the area of economics, in the area of religious dimensions and tolerance between people and different religions, in the area of cultural education, in the area of healthcare, in the area of foreign policy.
Another female guest on the panel made a special trip from Washington, D.C., the Jewish ambassador to the U.S. from Baharain, Houda Nunu. As one of just 36 Jews left in her Muslim country, Ambassador Nunu expressed hope that the parliament may provide bridges between Europe and the Muslim world. The new EJP members spent part of their time in committee action groups, sharing ideas and solutions for the challenges facing their different communities.
The anti-Israeli sentiment, the anti-Semitism, the anti-Judaism, the sentiment against Jews is increasing dramatically. We feel it on our skin, on our everyday life.
The rise of anti-Semitism was a central concern for almost all EJP members. A poll conducted in January by the Anti-Defamation League found that anti-Semitic attitudes have indeed grown in almost all European countries since 2009. In France, it's up to 24%. In Germany, 21%. In England, 17%, up from just 10%. And in Hungary, a whopping 63%. Many factors are contributing to the revival of baseless hatred towards Jews. The global financial crisis is one.
Europe is in trouble, and when you have economic problems, it all reflects on the minorities. And at this moment, the Jewish nation, the Jewish people of Europe are more than a minority, because Islam world is expanding in Europe, and we are minority for both of for the population, for the Christian population, for the Islam population, and so on.
Islamic fundamentalism is also contributing to anti-Semitism. Many EJP members spoke of the Muslim terrorist who recently shot dead 4 Jews in front of a school in Toulouse, among them 3 young children. Another high-level guest at the EJP Assembly, the president of Flanders, Chris Peters, addressed the issue.
I think the problem of fundamentalism is a very big problem, very serious problem that we must discuss. And certainly that's one of the elements that they can debate on. And for me, of course, to respect each other, to respect another human being is the first step to tackle, to have another vision about fundamentalism.
What happens here in Israel is also negatively impacting the way Europeans perceive the Jews who live among them. EJP members say unwarranted attacks on Israel constitute a new kind of anti-Semitism, one that hides behind politics, and one that is dangerously given a kind of legitimacy by the public. Now, growing anti-Israel sentiment in Europe is also a concern of Israeli leaders, and that's why one high-ranking official joined the EJP in Brussels. Likud lawmaker Zev Elkin, who's also the chairman of the new 94-member government coalition, sat on the distinguished EJP assembly panel.
As a representative of Knesset Israel, I'm here to bless this meeting, the Jewish European Parliament, and I want to see the members of Jewish European Parliament sometime in Jerusalem. Like the Jews, we always say, B'Shana Haba in Yerushalayim, in next year in Jerusalem. And I hope that we can get of the members of Jewish European Parliament in our country and in our parliament.
Some EJP members have already conducted high-level meetings in Israel, and more are expected. The rise of ultra-nationalist parties in France, Greece, and the Netherlands was another political concern for many EJP members, given that these groups have a history of hostility towards Jews and Israel. And a major political change in France, the presidential win of socialist François Hollande, is also raising new questions.
Will he promote Jewish activities? Will he promote Jewish life? And will he promote Israel sponsorship and supporting activities? That's the challenge, and I think that's the real target and the real work from the Jewish community, from the consistoire, from all the rabbinical team to work on.
Back in their home countries, the new members of the European Jewish Parliament are drafting action plans and networking with European leaders. Their work will likely grow more important as the European economy continues to sputter, politics continue to become more polarized, and Israel continues to face the Iranian threat. Jordana Miller, JN1, Jerusalem.